Most people who become millionaires in life have signals that many don't notice. This is the core that Tony Robbins has emphasized for decades. I have also deeply researched, personally experienced, applied, failed, and stood up again to be certain of this fact. There definitely exists certain behaviors, ways of thinking, and attitudes that are non-negotiable signals. If you have these signals, no matter where you are or how much money is in your account, it's just a matter of time. You will definitely become wealthy. And right now, you will realize that. If you discover these signals inside you, congratulations. The world may not understand, but you know you were born great. And if you don't have these signals yet, it's okay. Starting today, you'll know how to develop them. This content is not just a simple video, it's literally a lecture that can change your life. So focus from now on, because I know not many will fully understand this content until the end. Leave a comment right away saying, "I was born to be rich," and let's start together. The game begins now. The first signal is the clearest and strongest, yet most people in the world ignore it: discomfort with being ordinary. There are people who simply cannot accept an ordinary life. A life just for survival, barely paying. Bills each month, doing work they hate, waiting for weekends or retirement just to endure. If just hearing this feels suffocating or frustrating, listen carefully. This is proof that this signal is ringing strongly inside you. This is not arrogance or pride. It's an inner voice so strong it's hard to explain. It says, "This is not my life. I was born for a bigger life." And I can say for sure, almost all wealthy, free, and successful people felt this feeling right at the start of their life journey. Not a single exception. But there is a cruel difference. Some people hear this discomfort and use it as fuel to change their lives, while others ignore it. And the moment they ignore it, they gradually get used to that state. This is the most dangerous point. If the discomfort that troubles you now is not used properly, over time it turns into numbness, and the brain adapts to it. Eventually, the brain learns how to live in discomfort, how to live in lack, how to live as ordinary. What's scarier is that it starts to believe this is normal. As learned in the previous video, our brain forms powerful neural networks through repetition. The thought and state become deeper and firmer. This is where it begins. People complain all their lives. Making money is too hard. Rich people are not for people like me. The world is unfair. They give all kinds of excuses. But in reality, these are all lies created by their own brain, because those lies allow you to escape the pain of facing your own truth, the truth that you betrayed yourself. You ignored that signal long ago and turned away from yourself. Honestly, you were not born to live that way. No one was programmed to live in lack. It's just that many have been trained to think small, to believe living poor is natural, to think it's normal to suffer because of money, and to believe that life is meant to be lived within limits. Maybe at some point in your life, deep inside you felt, "I am a bigger being. I deserve more. I was born for a much bigger life." But over time, countless failures, criticisms, and frustrations silence that voice, and you may have forgotten it, burying that possibility deep inside. But listen carefully now. That discomfort is never your enemy. On the contrary, it is your ally. That discomfort is your compass. It's the secret code that leads you to freedom, abundance, and true wealth. So if you feel some discomfort in life right now, sincerely congratulations. It's a gift. And if you no longer feel any discomfort, if that voice has disappeared completely, maybe the reason you're watching this video is to remind you who you really were. That discomfort inside you has never vanished. It was just sleeping. Most people never get close to this truth their entire lives because no one teaches it. It only starts to show itself to those who are prepared. And the realization before you now is just the first signal. From here begins the second signal, the moment you can no longer tolerate wasting time. This signal is very important, maybe the most important. It's like suddenly seeing the world from another dimension. Most people treat time like it's infinite, wasting days, weeks, even years on meaningless things. 3, 4, 5 hours a day on social media, meaningless, rumors, pointless videos, aimless conversations, and leisure. And then they look back at their life and say, why hasn't anything changed? Why am I still here? Why am I the only one who fails? But the moment you suddenly can't tolerate wasting time, when deep inside you feel irritation, discomfort, and a twisting feeling, when you start realizing you're throwing your time into the trash, that is a very clear signal. It's strong evidence that you have started operating on the millionaire's code. Even if not now, eventually you will become successful. I also experienced this strongly at a certain point in my life, and it definitely became a turning point. But there is an important fact here. This signal is not just a blessing. At that point, I fell into one of the biggest traps in life. Isn't this the signal to become rich? Yes, it is. But if you don't handle this signal properly, it becomes poison. Do you know why? Because when you truly begin to understand the value of time, a very realistic danger follows, going to extremes. I fell into that trap myself. I became completely obsessed. I believed that any time not spent working, studying, or producing was wasted, so the pressure inside me became heavier and heavier. Even though my life improved, I earned more money and achieved more results. Strangely, I forgot how to rest. I forgot how to stop. When I sat down to watch a movie, my mind said, "You're wasting time. You should be working right now." When I went to dinner with family, I heard a voice inside saying, "You have to keep building." Eventually, I realized I trapped myself in a wrong self-development cage. So here is something I want to tell you to prevent you from suffering for years to come. Yes, you should be intolerant of wasting time. That is the mindset of the wealthy. But at the same time, never mistake yourself for a machine. You are not, and you never will be. Life is not just about work or achievements. Life is also rest, leisure, and experience. This is not just motivational talk. It's very real and mathematical. Because a tired brain is much less productive. A tired body produces far fewer results. Even if you work 10 hours a day, it's meaningless if your brain, energy, and creativity are only working at 20%. Here's a real example. I once worked for 10 hours straight and felt like I accomplished a lot. But when I wrote it down later, the work could have been done in just 2 hours if I had rested well, eaten well, and been clear-headed. So remember, being busy and being productive are completely different. And believing, "I will rest only after becoming rich," or "I will enjoy peace only after achieving everything," is a lie and a trap. If you don't learn how to rest while building, you won't build properly. Or if you build like me, you will definitely pay a price. Now, would you like a practical method? How to manage time, keep work-life balance, and avoid the extreme obsession? Take note. Imagine you work 8 hours a day at a regular job but want to start a side business, take care of yourself, stay healthy, spend time with family, and enjoy leisure. My model is Monday to Friday. Work your main job from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's okay. It's your livelihood. Then from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is your personal project time. Focus only here. No phones, no social media, no distractions, no wasting time. From 9:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. is light leisure time. Watch a drama, go for a walk, meditate lightly, anything. Relaxing. From 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. is preparation for sleep. Slow down, take a warm shower. Light reading, meditation, stretching. Whatever suits you. Saturday mornings are free. Rest, enjoy leisure, take care of personal life. From 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. is intensive work time on your project. This is the time that truly advances your life. Evenings are free. Go out and rest or do what makes you happy. Sunday is a sacred day, complete rest or very light work only. Do not pressure yourself. Reset your brain, recharge your energy, take care of body, mind, and family. Adjust this to your reality. Maybe you can only focus for an hour a day. That's okay. Or maybe you can do 4 hours. Even better. The important thing is, this is not about working more. Above all, don't waste your time on useless things that don't lead to freedom. Now, the third signal. This is probably the most controversial and often ignored, but is one of the strongest signals in building real wealth: an extreme thirst for learning. A silent obsession with growth that's hard to explain and almost uncontrollable. But there's an important point. This signal never comes alone. It always comes with another element: valuing your own growth much more than showing off to others. What does that mean? At the beginning of the journey, you might feel a strong desire to learn because you want to prove to others you're not inferior. But if you only chase external recognition, you will eventually burn out. True thirst for knowledge comes from inside, from a desire to improve yourself daily, to become better, smarter, and stronger than the person you were yesterday. You read books not to brag, but because you love it. You listen to lectures not for others, but because your own mind craves it. You watch videos not to impress, but because it fills a gap inside. I see this in many successful people. They're almost addicted to learning. They carry books everywhere. They join courses even when they already have money. They listen to podcasts while driving or walking. It's like breathing. This obsession is a signal. It says, I want more. However, be careful not to fall into the trap of overlearning without action. Many get stuck in the learning loop, collecting knowledge but never applying it. The goal is to learn and apply simultaneously. Every day, learn a bit and apply a bit. To sum up, these 3 signals: discomfort with ordinary, intolerance of wasting time, and thirst for growth, are the secret codes Tony Robbins mentioned, that almost all millionaires have inside them. If you recognize them in yourself, you're on the right path. If not, start cultivating them. Remember, wealth is not just money. Wealth is freedom, peace of mind, and the ability to live your true life. The signals inside you are the compass. Listen carefully, follow them, and your life will change forever.